What up YouTube, Balball here with a brand new episode of What I Bought. And this is a short little episode, I'm going to make it pretty quick. But let's start. So, one of the first things I bought was about 2 days ago. I went to the mall and went down Target, because the mall I go to has a Target. And I found this cool Loki. I actually like how he looks. And I love that spear, it has the cosmic cube in it. But yeah. They did release Loki with this helmet and a slightly different color scheme, and the Thor line had better articulation, but I can't find that figure. So, this will have to do, and I like the spear. In fact, a lot of collectors have been buying this figure just for the spear. And he's a pain in the butt to stand because of that cape. Alright, so, at the same time at that Target I went to, I also bought this. This is the Iron Man Assault Jet. There's something else in the name. Oh, wait, here's the box. Let's see, what's this? The Iron Man Fire Strike Assault Jet. See, here's the box. Woohoo. I like this thing. I personally think this should have had more of an Iron Man color scheme, because I guess what they were going for was this is a common vehicle for shield. I mean, like, it says hatch here, caution intake, no step on the wings, caution, exhaust. I mean, they got little detail all over it, and I love the sticker inside the cockpit. I know you can't see it, but it's a really nice sticker. But besides that, I really like it. I think it's a really good toy. In the Iron Man 2 toy line, the one thing that disappointed me is the fact that we never got Iron Man in a jet. And I always wanted Iron Man in a jet. I have him on 2 motorcycles, planning to pick up another version of him on a motorcycle. I have him in a go-kart, and a race car, and a RV with a giant missile rack that's called a tank, when it's not. And I have him in this big, long vehicle that transforms into a base, but not a jet. So this is what I'm going to use this as, my Iron Man jet. But I'm also going to use it as a boat, because how many times in Batman or the Avengers shows have the plane been a water vehicle? So, yay, I get a boat and a plane. Oh, and this figure right here is really, this figure is really cheapened down. I mean, it is worse than the normal figures. And that's saying a lot, but yeah, so, yeah, standard cheap down figure. So that's it with this thing. By the way, I love the missile turrets. I'm going to lift up the landing gear. But I love these missile turrets because they're really cool. I just don't like how loose they are. So you have to lift up the landing gear because it goes in between the missile launchers and it keeps it steady. I have to tighten this peg system, and I don't have super glue or faux claws, so what I might do is use just a little bit of plumbing tape. And that might work. And plumbing tape isn't normal tape, in case you didn't know that. Alright, last thing. Went to Walmart. And it's a tiny little bag, so you know what it is. I said how much I love these little tiny figures right here. A little Batman. I said how much I love them because I really like them. They're really cool. I also got a Superman. Alright, so these are the ones I showed off in my last video. Those 2. Well, I went to Walmart and I bought 3 more. Here they are. Alright, so let's open them. I opened them in the order that I opened them in the car. When I got them. Alright, so in the yellow one, we got the Joker. How cool is that? They actually label on the bottom figures what number they are. Sorry, I didn't say that in the when I opened up the Batmans, and Superman. But the Joker is figure 8 of 8. So yeah, I got an awesome little tiny Joker. I really like these figures because they're all molded in a single plastic and then they paint it. I find that really cool. Alright, so green is next, and we have Green Lantern. Very nice little Green Lantern. Green Lantern is 5 of 5. That's really nice. Oh yeah, before I forget, the Hero Corps logo, I had the two of them, I had the first two I have, the Superman and the Batman one in my backpack, and they fade really easily, like they scratch easily. Alright, so all that's left is the white. And opening the white up, we have Martian Manhunter. With a little scratch on his back. But I'm not gonna freak out about these little scratches on the figures, because these things are so tiny. I mean, they're less than an inch tall, molded in one plastic. It has detailing. Honestly, they're not as impressive as the SIC figures for Kamen Rider Double. I love Kamen Rider, but SIC is a... If you go on YouTube, type in SIC Kamen Rider Double, a review from Evangelist would come up, and included in some of the sets, there are 3 sets. You have Cyclone Joker, which becomes Extreme, his final form, Extreme Cyclone Joker. Then you have Fang Joker and Skull, and then you have Heat Trigger, no, not Heat Trigger, Luna Trigger and Heat Metal. And if you buy all sets, by the way, you can also make all doubles forms, because he is a form rider. He has split in the middle, Joker, Cyclone, and you can mix the halves together to create like Heat Joker, Luna Joker, Luna Metal, Heat Trigger. Same thing with the Fang side, except the Fang side in the show cannot mix with any of them, only Joker. And even so, the Joker side gets spiked up too. If you've seen Double, you know what I'm talking about. But the point of me bringing this up is that SIC include these little tiny figures. They're this big, and they transform. They're the gadget memories. So you have the little tiny bat one that turns into a camera. You have the snail one that turns into goggles. You have the 2 beetles that become the phones. What's the other one? You get several ones, and you even get the Fang memory itself. The Gaia memories that let him turn into Kamen Rider Double are they're like flash drives, but they look really cool. Not the Joker, but the Fang one is this memory, but then this huge piece here, and when he puts it in the belt, it kind of folds over it. It's really cool, but the actual memory itself turns into a little tiny T-Rex in the show, and so does the Fang version of the toy. Now, the actual Fang memory does not turn into it. It actually includes a separate little one that is tiny. So yeah, that's the most impressive tiny little accessories I've ever seen, including SA figures, because they do really good job. Like the Kamen Rider, with Kamen Rider, what was his name? Kamen Rider Ryuki, that's his name. The Advent belt in his the Advent pelt in the Advent deck in his rider belt. In the SIC version, that could actually come out. So that was pretty impressive. And with Kamen Rider Decade, which is one of my favorite riders, he actually has cards that you can put in his ride booker. And those things and it's a really tiny accessory, so not the most impressive smaller things I've seen, but it is really impressive how small they got. And I really like them. They were really cool. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of what I bought, and I'll see you guys later. Adios.